Welcome to another great edition of Money Matters Boston TV presented by Live Nation. I'm Chuck Nilosek. Well, on today's very special program, we're going to dedicate it to all the men and women serving in our nation's armed forces. And what better way to do it than to spend an entire weekend with the 104th Fighter Wing out in Western Mass. Watch as I meet some incredible people in the incredible jobs that they do protecting and defending our nation. And ultimately, I'll be going up in an F-15 fighter. I can't wait to see that. All that and a lot more. Money Matters Boston is coming your way right now. So many people right now are struggling to find work. Unemployment numbers are skyrocketing, and I think understanding what kind of a career you can have with the Air National Guard not only pays them some respect, but also maybe opens the door for a lot of young people who are considering what to do with the rest of their lives. You know, you get education, you get training, you get experience, and you get something phenomenal for your resume. I think what you're going to see in this program is, some of the best of the best. Sitting down with Commander Gwosh was an experience like no other. I mean, this guy runs the whole operation, and he just exudes leadership. And to sit down next to him and talk to him about a career in the National Guard, I swear I almost quit the show and enlisted myself. I thought, what a great opportunity, and I would be honored to serve under his leadership. I was thrilled to sit down with Commander Gwosh, and I think you're going to know why in a minute. I'm joined by Vice Wing Commander Colonel Tony Gwosh. You folks are consumers out there. You're buying things at the shopping malls and the restaurants, and you're a big part of the economy here in Western Mass, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. Oh, definitely. Last figures I saw was something like $93 million into the economy on a yearly basis. So that's those are pretty good numbers.
There is a tough economy, a high unemployment rate out there. People and college students, high school students are looking for a vocation or a path to take their lives. And, is this a secret? I mean, is it...
The Guard is a good deal.
Yeah.
For a lot of reasons. The young kids coming in out of high school, okay, they get a college education basically for free. They get paid while they're going to college with the GI Bill. They elect to stay in the Guard. And oh, by the way, when you turn 60, you get a retirement out of it.
But it does take a certain type of individual, I suppose.
It is someone who wants to give something back to the country. And it does take a lot of sacrifice.
One of the things that I often wonder is the generation of young people now that are working, if they have that sense, that work ethic. Is it something that you see that maybe I don't?
No, I see it. It's still there. It just seems like they are smarter. They're more qualified. There are some great troops out there. Chat with the young kids, and you'll find a great bunch of people out there. That's for sure.
I think one of the things that made that weekend so special was just how hospitable all these people were. Not just to me, but to my family, the whole crew. They just welcomed us in with open arms and gave us the white glove treatment. It was amazing. Major Matthew Mutti did an incredible job of guiding us through, giving us a tour of the base, and all importantly, keeping us safe. How fast does it take to get one of these up and loaded if you had to?
Well, from scratch, it's going to take a little bit of time to get the right configuration for whatever the pilot needs.
Yep.
But for our alert facility, we're going to be within minutes. We'll be in the air.
Wow.
So the alarm will go off. We'll get notified from the Eastern Air Defense Sector out in Rome, New York. Yep. The command post gets the phone call. They hit the big red button. The doors on the alert shelter rise. The doors on the hangar doors open up. The pilots run to the jets, and within minutes they're airborne.
Gotcha.
Carry the external fuel tanks. They can carry one under each wing and one down the center line. Those external fuel tanks will extend the legs of the aircraft so they can fly for about an hour and a half. And then if they start to run out of fuel, they can mid-air refuel at any point. So these are the noisemakers, Pratt & Whitney 220 engines. All that air that's sucked into the air intake gets squashed and then shut out the back end. And then there are inlets where a gas-fuel mixture, or gas-air mixture, gets sprayed into the engine. That's where the afterburner happens. One of the cool things about it as well is it flies with an ACMI pod. Simple terms, it records all the data the pilot's seeing.
Okay.
So every movement of the jet, every altitude, every button pushed, all those things get fed into this pod, which then the pilot will then take back into an area where he'll be able to review his film.
What does it take for somebody to become a mechanic on one of these? I mean, it's not like going to learning how a car operates.
No.
It's obviously completely different.
Well, actually, it's very similar. If you want to become a really good automotive technician, you're going to go to school to learn the skill sets to be able to fix that car. The same thing with the military. We don't expect anybody to come out of high school and know how to fix a turbofan engine. I mean, that's not realistic.
Yeah.
But what we do provide is a school and training to get that person in a place where they can do it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We prepare the airmen. We make them well-trained, well-led, and capable to perform their mission. This base in total is a little more than 1,000 personnel, and of those 1,000 personnel, you've got upwards of 100 and some odd different jobs and career fields. Anything you find in the city, you'd find here at the base, from plumbers and electricians to accountants to doctors and nurses to pilots and firefighters. I mean, you name it.
What does it take for somebody to become a mechanic on one of these? I mean, it's not like going to learning how a car operates.
No.
It's obviously completely different.
Well, actually, it's very similar. If you want to become a really good automotive technician, you're going to go to school to learn the skill sets to be able to fix that car. The same thing with the military. We don't expect anybody to come out of high school and know how to fix a turbofan engine. I mean, that's not realistic.
Yeah.
But what we do provide is a school and training to get that person in a place where they can do it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We prepare the airmen. We make them well-trained, well-led, and capable to perform their mission.
Well, it's an amazing operation from soup to nuts, and I just can't wait to be a part of this demonstration of this awesome vehicle.
You know, and it's the capability. I mean, you're going to ride in an F-15, but it's the capability to employ that weapon system that you're going to experience firsthand that maybe you can share with your viewers.
Absolutely.
It's what goes into making that plane launch is what the heart and soul of this military is. It's the people behind it. So, and that's something you'll be able to see firsthand.
Well, when we get back, I'm going to sit down with some recruiters and actually talk to them about a career in the National Guard. And then, believe it or not, get into my flight suit and begin my training. All that and a lot more coming back on Money Matters Boston TV in just a moment.